Hi there, so welcome to the recording of this week's workshop with Marketing regarding high-level workflows and automations. We'll be starting in just a few minutes. A couple of updates we'll be covering is the new AI agent in the workflow and the new way of being able to resize elements as you work in the workflow builder. So we'll start in just a minute. Okay, so I'm in a dummy account here because what I was finding is I was doing these demos, I was filling my main account up with all sorts of redundant stuff over the days. So I've got a separate dummy high level account here. So we'll just go to dashboard. Okay, so this is a default high level dashboard, uh, branded with my agency here. So if you're with a different agency, you may see different colors. But generally it's the same. They might have changed colors and names of things down here. So this is the default high level dashboard. As mentioned today we're talking about automation and workflows, where we spend a huge amount of our time to get there. You come to your main navigation, and you go to automation. Okay, you come into your workflows list here. Okay, uh, and you can have folders. So sometimes you might use two or three workflows that are sort of synchronized or integrated together. So you might group them together in a folder like here. You see here. And a new evolution is we can now have subfolders as well. So I can have a further folder in here as well. So just a way of cataloging your workflows and keeping track of them, because there's nothing worse than when you come into account and there's like 500 workflows in here. Yeah, and you've only got to sift through it all trying to find the one you want. So again, always be thinking to compartmentalize it by using the folders like you would with the old library books. There'd be in a categorization system. That's the workflows here. And if you just started the account, you might see all this is blank. Okay. I'll show you the manual way of creating workflows first of all. So we click on create workflow. We'll start from scratch. And this is the main canvas. Okay. So this is the standard view of a workflow. Okay. We've also got an advanced builder as well. Like that. I'll show you that in a minute. Go back. Like that, cancel that. I'll just, but the standard builder is very like you might see in something like Zapier. Yeah, it's top to bottom, and the workflows are built on actions and triggers. Okay, something happens and it triggers something else to happen. Okay, I'll show you a nice simple example now to get you started off. So this might be called. We might be wanting to build a simple contact us form. Yep. So a contact us form you put on your website to capture inquiries. And when that form is filled in, we're going to automate off the back of that. Okay, so I'll show you how we build a very simple workflow to do that. So it might be a form we're going to embed on your website, and then we're going to send them an email. Thank you for inquiry. We might send you an internal notification to say you've got a new inquiry, create an opportunity in the sales pipeline, add notes to the contact. We do all that automation through the workflows here. So I'll make a start here. So first of all, if we're going to do it, create a contact us. So first I'll give it a title, so I can find it again. I've given it a name there, and just make sure I save that there. Yep, make sure you save. It will remind you to save as well. So the first thing I need, at the top here, I'm going to need a trigger to trigger the workflow. In this case, it's going to be when somebody submits the form. So I'll click on add a new trigger. Yeah, when I click on triggers, here's the first update I mentioned before. You see here, traditionally the triggers and actions was sitting here. We now with the new update, we can click on this arrow here. Yeah, and we can make a nice panel for ourselves to manage these now. So that makes it easier. On some of the more complicated setups, it's quite hard to see on a little tiny window. So this makes it a lot more easy to deal with. Yep, so there's a trigger. So let's click on add a new trigger. Oops, let's put it back. Yeah. When I click on to add a new trigger, You see here, get a menu of all the triggers. These are all the things that can trigger things to happen. So for instance, the traditional ones would be a form being submitted, yep, or a contact tag being added to a contact record. So we tag somebody as a customer, we can trigger automation, yeah. In addition to a tag being applied, that's a trigger. A tag being removed can be a trigger, yeah. So we didn't used to have that in HighLevel, in Keep rather. So removing a tag is also a trigger here, and you can see here. I mean, you can take your time and go through all these. There's so many triggers. I don't know how many there is. Yeah. But that's only the triggers available within HighLevel. We've also got apps, third-party apps like the iPhone or the Google phone uh, App Store. You've also got apps in here. So that just mushrooms out all the functionality there. Some of these will be paid, some of these will be free. Yep. So just watch out. But these are the ones built in to HighLevel. Okay. So we're going to use a form submitted. So click on form for submitted. We can't just leave it at that, just form submitted, because we might have 20 forms in the system, so we got to be precise. So we use filters in the actions, or filters rather. The form is, and I've called it form 0 here, okay? So that would pull in form 0, okay? Now, the forms don't live in the workflow, unfortunately. If I just save that, I'll show you where they live. So just a bit of an aside while we're here. If you go to sites, you go to sites and you've got forms, surveys and quizzes. Surveys and quizzes are like fancier versions of forms. Yeah, a survey is great for qualifying leads with conditional logic. A quiz is a very similar to Score App. You might have heard of Score App. So if you want to do a quiz and ask people what sort of animal they want to be, you can do that sort of quiz. We just use a traditional form here. Here's the one I call Form Zero. But I'm going to create a new form very quickly. And I'll start. There's templates to use. I'm going to start from scratch. So there's a form. And obviously I dress it up. I can change the color, the fonts, all that. I'll leave it as standard for the moment. I'll just call it Contact Us. Website, Contact Us form. Like that. I'll assume that's correct. Yeah, I'd take that form and then I'd integrate it into my website. Yeah. Do I want it to pop up on my website or be in line? Generally, it's in line. I'd get a copy of the embed code. Yeah. Now that embed code at the moment is an iframe. Yeah. Um, I did see where there's going to be an update shortly where we'll have HTML as well, also to be able to embed HTML. So that's coming. But there's an upgrade coming to the forms where it'll be even more customizable. They're pretty good now. So you embed that on your website, and there's your form. And then we have to go back into automation. And then obviously you'll see here the one I saved before. There's a contact us form follow-up.
Just jumping in here, if you're enjoying the workshop so far and want to work with us on your high level system, there's a link below where you can sign up to Marketing for free for 30 days and we'll get you onboarded and started. We look forward to speaking soon.
You see here, form submitted. So I'll take that one off. The form is website content. So now every time that form is submitted, it becomes a trigger in this workflow. Yeah. And then we just think through the marketing. What do you want to do? Do you want to send them an email? So the way I like to work this is not worry about the detail just yet of the copy or the images in the emails. Just get the skeleton of the campaign laid out so you can see it. So let's send them a thank you email. So I'd be clicking on, once I click on this plus here, this gives me access to the actions menu. This is a new menu. This is called actions. And you see here, we've got a whole heap of actions we can play with here. Infinite combinations, really, what you can do here. Again, apps as well. Want to subscribe to an extra app, maybe free or paid one. If you've got a special use case, there might be a third-party tool there, just like you find for your iPhone. But we want to send it. We're going to send a simple email. Yeah. So click on send an email. And here we obviously we just put our settings in here, who it's from, the email address, etc. Pop in your subject line. Let's put anything in there for now. And then we can go in here and we can write our, if you want a very plain email, we can write it here. Yeah. Hi, we can personalize it as well. So you click on the little tag symbol, contact first name. And we can customize it with any data we got in custom fields or standard fields like name, address, etc. Yeah. And we can drop in the signature of the user who sent them the email. So you might have different users you might have different users in the team, or the emails are coming from them if they own that contact. Again, we can personalize it based on the user that's been assigned to that contact. Say user, pop in the user's name, pop in the user's signature at the bottom there. All that we can do. So there's an email. Might want to send them a text. If we set up the phone system with a phone number, we can send a text easily. As easy as popping that in. So no third-party integrations required. We just works out of the box. We send them a text. Thank you for inquiry. Yeah. You might want to let yourself or your team know you've had an inquiry come in. So that's another action. So just build out a logical flow of what happens in what order. So send an internal notification. Okay. So we can send you or your team or all your team or everybody, all the users if you want an email. If you've got the mobile phone app, which I recommend you do, yeah, get the mobile phone app. Uh, you can go to the app store on your phone and get the HighLevel app if you want it branded HighLevel. Uh, if you want to go a bit sort of grey label, there's an app on there called Lead Connector, which is exactly the same app. It's just got a different name, different color. And certain agencies might have their own personalized app. With marketing it, we just use the regular HighLevel one. But so that's notifications we can ping out and ping you on the phone, mobile phone. Obviously, we can send a text to let you know something. And if you've got the WhatsApp plugin add-on, then you can WhatsApp as well. So that's internal notification. So if we pretend we're going to send a ping myself on the mobile, I click on notification, give it a title, personalize it with any data. When I get the ping on the phone, where do I want to where do I want to be able to click to go? So I can go to the contact direct, the conversation, the opportunity. And here's where you choose, is it going to go to all users on the system or a particular user, or just the user that's been assigned to look after that contact? Yep, so do that. Right, let me save it, let me check. It's got to put a title in there. So again, what I like to do, just get this basic structure laid out first of all. This making sense? Any questions so far?
No, nothing in the chat from me.
Nothing yet? No, nothing. So you can build out a very linear, this happens, then this happens, this happens. Again, another popular one is as the opportunity when the contact comes in the system, let's create a sales opportunity for them in the sales pipeline. Again, you click on here. You see here we've got an option here to create an opportunity. It's amongst here, it's among all these different actions we've got. So it really are sort of limited by your imagination, really, what you can do here. And we can talk to later on if someone's got any particular use cases want to explore, happy to do that as well on the call. But here's where we create an opportunity. Yeah, choose the pipeline it's going to go into. What stage do you want to drop it into? Yeah, new lead, for instance, like that. Just save that down. Yeah, we can create a note on the contact record. Yeah, is that making sense? Any questions so far? Nothing, Steve? Nothing?
No, the form. If you want to host the form on a like in a funnel or something like that, you've obviously got to set the funnel up, haven't you? So you can add it there.
Yes.
You can't publish the form. It has to be on a page somewhere, doesn't it? Really, if it's not integrated into the website.
No, it can stand alone as well. It can stand alone. So let me just save what we've got there. So go to sites, form builder. So you see it says integrate here. So obviously you've got the embed code here, but you can just use the link as well. Copy the link like that.
Yeah.
Right, so you put a link on your email, it would come to this page here. It'd look like that.
Okay.
So you could, I mean, I could dress it up. For instance, I could put a logo at the top here. Yeah, I could do this. I find an image. Can you see the image there? There we go. I could put an image on there like that and start to customize it a bit.
Yeah, that's great. So if you added a QR code or something to that particular URL, then anyone scanning the QR code will bring up that page.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly that. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
But when you get it like this, so where is it? It's refreshed. Like you'll see it refreshes. Maybe not. Hang on. I didn't save it. That's why you always save. You see.
Yeah.
That's saved now. Yeah, so refreshed. There, it's refreshed already. Yeah. See, but you got. But I personally, Steve, I would create a landing page. So create a funnel page and drop the form on there because then you got more control over the page, how it looks.
Yeah.
Rather than see all this white space here. But it depends what you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks.
And that's automation. So a couple of other little
Julian, just a question on that landing page there on the form. Can you
yeah.
create the sort of URL that it creates is quite weird, isn't it? Can you create a unique URL on that?
Yeah, so you see here, So when I show you that, good question. So where's the form? So this sub account we're looking at here now has got no DNS settings up. Yep, no
Okay.
settings. So what it's pulling in, the preview that, yeah, it's pulling in my agency default link. Yeah,
Okay.
so no one actually uses that. It's only showing up now because it's default. There's nothing else to go on. When we set up your sub account, we created what we call the branded domain.
Okay. Yeah.
So that would actually be your domain in there. Yes,
Cool.
it's just because it's where we're using this sub account today. Yeah, so just go back in. So a couple of extra. So the workflow got there is very linear. Yep. Hang on. Which might be something like you might do in sort of MailChimp, that sort of, send email one, send email two, send email three. We can get a lot more sophisticated here. We've got a couple to give you an example how we do that. Hang on a sec. We can start creating branches. So you might get to this point here and you want to split them into different, based on what you know about somebody, you can split them down different tracks now. We're using an if else. So an if else. So for instance, to give you an example, yeah, let me give these a name so you can see these better. Save that. Make a bit more sense in a minute. Okay, so what I could do here, I could trigger automation later on based on whether they open those emails and texts, yeah, or reply to them. Say we're sending an email or a text asking them to reply. Are you interested in our free guide? Are you interested in our service? Yeah. So what we do here, we put a wait in here, a delay timer. Okay, so this, for instance, days. Like a straightforward wait delay. It's going to wait 2 days. Yep, yep. So that wait there, it's just going to wait 2 days and customize it further. Say, okay, only run on certain days a week. Yeah. Uh, only run at a set time. to the exact time. So we can really drill down with the delay timers. Okay, so a 2-day delay, sort of standard stuff, really. What we can do here, we can change it from simple time delay for waiting for a reply. Well, so now we're waiting for a contact to reply to those emails and texts. Yeah. So now it's wait 2 days for reply. The contact reply. So we're waiting for a reply to the welcome email or the welcome text. Okay. So they've got 2 days to reply either yes, let's say intent, we're asking the question, are you interested in our stuff? Yes or no. By text and email, we're asking that. Okay. So they've now got 2 days to reply. Yeah. If they reply, whichever way they reply, yes or no, they go down this track. If after 2 days they're still not replied, they go to timeout. Yep. So at that point, we might send them a reminder email. Hey, did you see my last email? You didn't reply. Do that sort of message, yeah? So here's where the reminder would go, for instance, if you want a reminder. But all the rest, these are people that have replied to our email. So here then we can put an if else. If else. Okay. So again, we're asking, are you interested in our stuff? Yes or no? Yeah. So we might put a branch called yes. Okay. And then we just work the logic now. So click on here. Yeah. So here we're looking for contact replied, intent type is positive. So it's anything like a yes. It's replied to the email or text with anything like a yes, they're going to the positive there. Yeah. And you can see here, I should be able to duplicate this. Yeah. And I'm going to make the reverse, the no, not interested. Yeah. The intent type is negative. Yep. So now so all the people that replied, we've got the yeses, the no's, not interested. I suppose there could be some that fall into neither. The system wasn't able to pick up what they were. Yeah, maybe they replied back, not saying yes or no, but asking a question. Yeah. So then that would go down the none. So again, here you might put here an internal notification to let you know that they've replied, but it didn't fit into any camp, so you can then pick up on it manually and pick up the conversation with them direct. That makes sense. They might ping you on the phone, anything like that. I'm gonna build that in now, yeah. Okay, but the ones that said yes, we're interested in what you're selling or the free guide or whatever it might be, then they can go down this track here, and you might send them another email to deliver the free guide or send them a link to the YouTube video or whatever it could be. So you might decide, well, we'll send them an email. Send an email. But rather than do it that way, yeah, so we want to send them an email here. Everything on the workflow is copyable, okay? And you can move things around very easily. Okay, so here's a welcome email I want to repurpose, for instance. Yeah, if I hover over the 3 dots here, I can copy it, I can move it, I can delete it, or can add a note to that action. In addition, I can copy all actions from this point on. So if I wanted to copy this whole chain of actions, I could do that. If I wanted to move the whole chain of actions, I can move it. And if I want to delete the whole chain of actions, I can delete that. That makes sense. So for instance, in this case, I just want to copy that email. Copy action. Like you see a little clipboard appear. And I can hover over the clipboard and paste it in there. I hover over the clipboard and I can paste it in there. And this might be your yes email, yes interested email. Something like that. So I'm just getting the skeleton in first before I worry about the actual copying the emails. And this might be no, not interested. something like that. Yeah, and then if they said yes, they're interested, we might be in creating an opportunity for them, adding a note, create a task for the team to do something. Yeah, it's endless, really. If you if you're using e-commerce and somebody's made a purchase, you might be granting them access to a course in the system. There's a huge amount you can do with the actions here. You'll see. Any questions so far, guys? Okay. So as you see, it grows top to bottom. Uh, it just grows down. Yeah, you can zoom in and zoom out, of course, as it gets bigger. You can zoom in, zoom out. You've got your notes as well here. So I like to leave there's different types of notes we've got as well. It's even checking for errors here. You got stats as well. It'll show you stats on your emails here. Sticky notes I use quite a lot. Yeah. So as you're building out your workflow, just leave yourself little breadcrumbs. Yeah. There's nothing worse when you come back in 2 weeks' time and you've got a big long campaign you built or workflow and you think, what was I thinking when I designed that? Yeah. So if you click on here, leave yourself a little sticky note. Yeah, you can resize that. Leave yourself a little sticky note. This happens because this happened or whatever. Just gives you those little breadcrumbs that saves you a lot of time and frustration later on trying to work out what was I thinking that day when I did that.
That snapshot you sent me, all your notes were so helpful.
Oh, those are
That helps
Atticus.
others as well.
Those are Atticus's notes, weren't they? From the Evergreen campaign, Atticus. Um, version history. So you can see, if you start editing and realize you made a mistake, you can go back in time, you see here, and restore it. That's quite a useful feature. Yeah. I find to replace. I've not used that one yet. All right, I've not seen that before, so that's a find and replace. Um, Workflow AI as well. Again, you can use the AI in the system now to help you more and more. It's becoming more and more into HighLevel now, where the AI is doing work for you. So this can help you sense check. There's even AI where you can build out workflows. And maybe when you're first starting out on this, that could be useful. But I tend to find it's quite logical, really. Just think the marketing through. Just go through the logical steps. Send an email. Wait 2 days. Send another email. Send a text. Is that okay? Is that making sense?
Yeah.
Let's close some of this down. Show you that. I've got my stats running now. Take those off. Couple of things to watch out for here. Yep. So settings. Okay. Allow re-entry. Yeah. So by default, so someone can go through the workflow once, fill the form in, fill the contact us form a second time, and they'll go through again. Yeah, if you switch that off, yeah, the first time they fill that form in, that contact us form, they'll go through the workflow. If they come back next week and fill that form in, nothing will happen because you're not allowing to re-entry yet. This one's allowing multiple opportunities, and this one's stop on response. Yeah, I must be. I've not tend to use these ones. Sometimes I'll use this one, but generally by default it's on re-entry. Okay. You see time zone when you want things to go out. So it's on your account time zone here in the UK, for instance, or do you want the emails to go out at 9 a.m. California time? Yeah. Obviously, that's going to only work if someone's filled in a web form at some point. Yeah. If you've imported a load of data, then chances are we don't know what time zone they're in. Yeah. These ones here basically, yeah. So these ones are sender details from the from name and the from email. Yeah. So if you look at this builder here, we've got a couple of emails going out. Yeah. So I could override I could override the from email address on those emails by just going to one place here, putting the from name, the from email, and it'll override. It just saves you having to set them up individually. From number, again, that's quite a new feature. Again, if you've got different, if if you've got different phone numbers and you're sending texts from the workflow, yeah. So for instance, for me to send text to the US with a UK number is impossible, yeah, because of the A2P regulations. So I've got an approved US phone number. So anyone in the US, I could drop them into a workflow, and the texting is going to go from that US phone number. So I can just handle different audiences by different phone numbers here. And again here, if you're using the conversations, uh, if you're watching the conversations, you might want to mark all these automated emails by default as mark as read. Just an option there you've got there. The main one to watch out for is this one here, allow re-entry. That's the main one we're using here. Okay, coming back to here. So if you wanted to test this workflow, yeah, let me just show you an example. Bear with me a sec. I want to just add another weight into the middle here to show you. I can come here like this. Pop another weight in here, weight. Just got a standard sort of 2-day weight in there. Always give the action a name that means something, rather than just saying wait. If I put in wait 2 days and run it on Monday at 11 o'clock or anything like that, it just means it makes more sense when you're looking at this view. Yeah. Why is that? So it's wait 2 days. Okay, so how would you test these emails to make sure you're sending out what you're thinking you're sending out? Okay, so 2 ways you can do that. You click on email like so. You go to the bottom and you can test the email there. Okay, which is okay. The only problem with that is it tends to leave any custom data, custom fields blank. So the email might be like, hi, and there's no name in there, or and any details like links in there that are custom values will be all blank. So it's a sort of part baked test, that one. I don't tend to use that one. Okay. The way to test it properly is to use test workflow up here. Yeah, so you select a contact. These are all examples, so no harm can be done today. Yeah. So that you select your contact record for you to test. So you want the email to come to you so you can test it in a live scenario, 100% how it's going to run for the actual contacts in your system. So that would be your email address normally, and you click on run test. Okay. Right. So here now, what's happened there? Right, let me just refresh. I do for time, right? Any questions while we wait for this, guys? Anything to ask? The testing is quite important, this one.
So the allow re-entry, if you've got that switched off and you go to test, you'll only go through, well, you'll go through once and not again. That's correct, isn't it?
That's correct, yeah. And then you'll be frustrated then because you'll be sending all these tests and nothing's happening. And then you'll be able to text support saying, why are my emails not working? It's because you only let yourself go through once. So it's obviously, it's not, I've not done that. Let me try this. Save that. So before you run it, you make sure it's published. I'll try it again. Maybe because it knows these aren't real emails. Wow, my internet's on a go slow. Okay, so you see what's happened. So I dropped that test contact into here. You would have got an email. Yeah, so that because it wasn't a real email address, nothing will happen. Okay, so you would have got an email, but you see now I'm stacked up here. So as people go through the workflows in real life, you'll see 10 people stacked up here, 1,000 people stacked up here. That's where you see them. And now, if I wanted to test that text, I've got 2 choices. I can wait 2 days and get the text. Yeah, which I don't want to do. I don't want to wait 2 days to get to. So I want to move this person. I'll move myself from here to there immediately. I don't want to wait 2 days. So you click on here like so. Yeah, it shows you the contact. And here you see the running person here and the bin. So if I hit the bin, that will delete the contact out of the workflow. Yeah, it doesn't delete the contact, it just removes you from the workflow. If I hit the running man there, it'll take those contacts. And sometimes you might want to move 1,000 people through one go, and sometimes you do that. But in this case, I just want to move myself to the next day so I can get the text today and see it now rather than waiting 2 days. And you can move yourself through here, testing the emails as you go. Yeah. Now you might get to a point where you say, "Okay, that's great, but I want to test the first email again." And so what you'll try and do then is drop yourself into the workflow a second time. Yeah. And then you'll wonder, why did I not get the test now? Why did the test stop working for me? Okay. And the reason will be because you're already in the workflow somewhere else. You can only be in the workflow any time in one instance. You can't drop yourself twice into the same workflow. Yeah. So if you're doing a test, make sure that your first test, your contact record, has gone through the whole series, or you've clicked on the little plus, the little bin symbol to remove yourself out of the workflow before you then reintroduce yourself into the workflow. Does that make sense? Yeah, that's good. And that's how you test. That's how you actually test these. And that's the way I would do it. I wouldn't be relying on the old click on the email and use unless sometimes I might want to use it, but I'd rather get a true test rather than half test. Is that okay? Okay, so now we got our one thing I want to show you here. This is a brand new action we mentioned before at the start. It's called AI. Well, right. I must have enabled it on this account. Let me go to my account. So again, as HighLevel introduced new features, yeah, they do it in stages. So at first, it's initially launched in a sort of beta mode, which the agency can enable for you, but it is in beta, so it may not be the finished article, and eventually it becomes live on the system. I think this is one of those features. It's a brand new feature. So let me go to my main account. We'll have a look in there, and show you some of the things you shouldn't do. Yeah. Again, like I mentioned before, always group your campaigns using folders and make sure you code everything up so you can find it again later on. Yeah. So you see, for instance, here, where is it? Number 9. So number 7 is the Evergreen campaign that sends you the invites for these workshops. So you go into that folder and you can see there's 7 separate workflows in there that all make it work. And they're all coded up part 1, part 2, part 3. Yeah. This is the workflow that actually sends those emails out on a weekly basis to you guys. And you'll see it here. And this is an entire year campaign. But it's turned out sort of semi-automated because I still need to alter the dates. And we're always making tweaks to the emails anyway. But at least I've got one place where rather than just sending a broadcast email every week, you can see they're all structured here. So you see this campaign here. This is quite a large one, but this is running a whole year campaign. Yeah, you see, these are the notes that Jamie was talking about before we left there. We see each one of these rows here is a month in the year. Yeah, I'll show you quickly here. So if we look I'll just zoom in now. This is the this is the May one here. And you see here, so these are the emails this is the email you'll have got, where is it? This is the email you got last Friday. This is the email that went out yesterday evening. And now you see everyone's queued up here now until the 31st of May. After this call, one of my little jobs is to tee up everyone here. So tomorrow you get the next email inviting you to the database workshop next week. So here you see if I click on here, you can see all the contacts in here. And I can move people around using that in the workflow. So this is the one I started working on earlier. So the next email to go out will be tomorrow, as I say. And I started working on it before. Here's the email. But I've just got to go and readjust all the because it's a year-long campaign. I just got to go and massage the dates that it goes out. We talked about this just before you came on the call, Jeremy. Remember, I've got to go and massage these dates to make it work. So there's a little bit of editing for me there.
So if for when I said I was gonna add more and more, I just need to put wait and then just send the email out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just add more weights in each month and add more.
Yeah, and then like the first and then the eighth, and then yeah.
Yeah. So most clients will just say, will send one a month. Yeah, I'm sending two a week here. You see what you do. But this doesn't have to be just emails, by the way, guys. Yeah. This could be triggering to send text out. Yeah. Tasks for someone to give someone a phone call. With a bit of integration, we can actually have it talk to a mailing house called Stamp, and it could be sending out seasonal postcards through here as well. Yeah. There's a lot you can do with the automation when you start to think creative. When you get into the zone of what's possible. It just comes with a bit of practice, that really. And we're always happy. Mark to make subscribers. We're always happy to jump on a call and help you map these out. If you are a Mark to make subscriber, you'll see this little help button at the bottom. Yeah. So you click on there like so. You can you can first of all instance chat to the AI. I always just type in real person and it gets you straight onto the team 24/7 to help. Yeah, you can even ask to book calls with them. They'll book Zoom calls with you as well to help you. So if you're stuck on anything, they're our first port of call for any tech support you've got. Although we're always available as well, but we prefer if you could go. These guys are the worldwide experts, you know. So they cannot they can log in if you're a Marketing subscriber. They can log into your account and help you fix things. They can create videos for you, show you what to do, all that. So just remind you that's there available.
So
That's available.
Julian,
Yep.
where you've got scroll to the top of those workflows. What initiates the workflow for each month?
Well,
Is it
as you finish each month, you move to the next month. So, for instance, if you look here, we look at May.
Oh, I see. That dotted line runs up from the
Yeah,
bottom.
yeah. When you reach the end of May, when you reach the end of May,
Yeah,
yeah, there's a go-to there. The go-to creates this link here, which feeds you into the start of June, and and you progress for each month that way. You go to the end of each month, and then you start the next month,
Steve,
and
there's
then
loads of so many dotted lines, it confused me. Like
yeah,
so many.
yeah, it's a bit heavy duty this one. And if you look here, when you end up in when you end up in December, yeah, December takes you back to January.
so so that December then to January, what's the triggers like wait a month or something, or wait 10 days or something? What's
Well,
the
when you reach the 31st of March, when you reach the 31st of December,
yeah
you then go to this go to, and it's gonna make you wait. It makes you wait till the month of January.
yeah?
So
And then in the month of January, what is it that triggers the email to be sent? Is it a time setting or something?
yeah, it's just a time. Yeah, you drop in there. You say what? Send an email on the 1st of January at 11 o'clock. You have a time setting there.
Right. Okay.
If I can just zoom in a bit, I've lost my zoom. There we go. Yeah. Oh, bones. I just shut my screen down here. There we go. Yeah. So come to January. So the 31st of December. Yeah. On the 31st of December, you come along here, you drop into January. So the first minute of January, you'll go through here. You get assigned to me. And then you gotta wait here. You're gonna wait here till the 2nd of January.
Yeah.
Wait till the 2nd of January. Then you get the email. Then another wait till the 5th of January. Yeah. You get another email. Yeah. And go all the way through. When you reach the end of January,
Jumps up to February.
it goes up to February then for there.
Yeah. So the content of the emails remains the same basically. So it's just like it's a repeating sequence.
Yeah, it's a repeat. Well, but what I'm finding, what I'm doing here is obviously I have to vary the dates each year. The Thursday will always be the 19th every year, so I've got to go and massage that a little bit. And
Yeah,
also, what I'm finding is um, the emails are changing all the time. Anyway, we're constantly having new ideas for the emails. So I'll show you what's happening there. This is what I'm working on right now. An idea this morning I'm building in. So as you have new ideas, you're constantly updating the emails. Every time I go around anyway, I'm having to go in and massage it,
yeah,
tweak the times, go and check the emails and update it. So I'll show you the idea I had this morning. So it's not sim you could set it and forget it, but that's not what I'm doing here. Put a bit more into it than that. And I'll show you here. So this is the next email that'll go out for the database next week. Yep, so you see here, bear with me a sec. I've got myself a bit tied up on the Zooms here. Hang on. Okay, that's really better. Yeah. So this email here, I'm pulling in a template here, uh, which for some reason isn't remembering it properly. All right. It's getting a bit mixed up on the syncing here, Atticus. I need some help on this. Yeah, but here's a template, uh, and we're using custom values in here now. Um, a new feature I'm going to start building in is these emails, in addition to inviting you to come to the workshop, I'm going to include an update section at the top here, which will tell you what in the last 13 weeks since we ran the workshop, these are the updates that have happened. So you get a heads up of what's new in the system. So I'm constantly tweaking these emails anyway. So I'm not using it as a set it and forget it sort of system.
yeah,
That makes sense?
yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, so I don't want to show you on that one. It'd be too confusing. Come out of there. Let me go back to the dummy account for a second. Where's the dummy? So far we've been just using the standard workflow builder. We've also got the advanced one now. So I go to here. And anyone like that Jeremy who's familiar with Keep, and I think you used Keep, didn't you, Steve? Or did
Yeah,
you? Yeah.
yeah,
So you know the uh, the standard builder. So I quite like that. I've got used to that now. When I first started with High Level 3 years ago, I did miss the sort of campaign builder in Keep, but I've got used to this now. But then last October, they introduced the advanced builder. So you're looking at exactly the same workflow, but it's just more like this is like it's like what campaign builder was like in Keep, or it's like NA10. All these modern tools now. So you can drag and drop these. Like so, you can move them around, make them look pretty. Now, so 99% of the time, it's doing exactly the same as the standard builder. Okay. Where we can be different though, if I show you back, go back. Yeah. You see at the top here, all our triggers in this standard builder, all our triggers have to flow into one workflow. Yeah. So I can add as many triggers as I want along here, but they all funnel into one workflow. Yeah. So that's the way that one works. If I go to the advanced builder again, I can do that. I can duplicate this, paste that like that. Yeah. So I can paste like that. Bear with me a second. I've just lost your mouse. There we go. Why is that not? Why is that not? Let me do that. I've got to save it.
But you can't have the same trigger. It's the same. If you change the format, it'll work.
That makes sense. That makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Yeah. So we change the. So save that like that. Yeah, so there you go. See, so I can that is the same as they're all feeding into one workflow. Yeah. and they also have to start at point one, the first point. But this one here now, I can break that and I can feed that one in at this point. Or can you? Maybe you can't. I must admit, I've not been, no, maybe you can't. I thought you could. But what I can do here, I can duplicate this whole chain like that. There it's not an area that tool I use much. There we go. I can duplicate whole chunks of it. Like so. Yeah. And I can then have I can have this going on. Yeah. So it does that dotted line. I asked tech support about why is that different to that. There's no difference. It's just I think it's just a little sort of artifacts for somewhere. But so now I've got in this workflow, I've now got two triggers running different automations. Yep. So I think if I save that now, I can't go back to the traditional advanced builder now. No, not advanced, the standard builder. You can't switch now because that functionality is accommodated by the standard builder. Yeah. And you've got two workflows here, but still a contact can only ever been there one at one time. Yeah. You couldn't introduce a contact into this workflow here and that workflow. It wouldn't work. You can only be in there at one instance. And you see, as soon as I split it into two separate things, I couldn't go backwards. That won't let me go back. Yeah. This brings us on nicely to the future now here. Yeah. So this is the workflows. And it's doing our traditional automations, sending emails, texts, WhatsApp messages, tasks. It's doing all the traditional thing, yeah, this layout. But the future now is arriving. Let's close down this. And you'll see it looks very similar to this. If you go to, where are we? AI agents. We've got Agent Studio here. Yeah, if I just create an agent, but out some templates. So, lead qualification agent. So with the Agent Studio, it looks very similar to the advanced workflow builder. Yeah. So it's again, it's like a canvas. It looks very similar to someone fills in a form, they get an email, we wait, they get another email, they get a text, etc. Except with this version here now, this isn't sending individual emails now. This is individual AI agents doing stuff for us. Yeah. So you're able to bolt together AI agents to become basically employees to do stuff for you. So this is where it's going. I must admit, I'm only just learning this myself now 'cause it's pretty new this stuff, and the tool here is still it's not fully built out yet. There's only limited sort of triggers you can do. You can chat to it and have it do things, but again, it's the future. One of the triggers we got here. Again, it's not is a workflow. Okay, so the workflows we're just looking at, where someone filled in the contact us form. Yeah, so someone fills in the contact us form in a traditional workflow. We send them an email, we send them a text, we create an opportunity. But as part of that, we could then take that contact and push them into an AI agent studio, and then the AI can take over and start doing all this stuff. Yeah, so it becomes like an assistant now doing this, that, and the other. Does that make sense? Hopefully, it shows you where the high level's going, especially on the workflows. It's into the future now. So it's not just as like we Steve and Jerry know Keep, but Keep hasn't changed since the Keep campaign builder hasn't changed since I started using it basically in 2012. But already high level have got an AI agents workflows. Any questions on that, guys?
Just briefly on the AI side of it, am I right in thinking that HighLevel's using Claude rather than ChatGPT now?
I'll lose track. It seems to be using all systems now.
Yeah.
'Cause I've heard you might know, Jeremy. You see here we got where is it? Agent Studio. So we've got a vibe coding now in HighLevel. Yeah. So I believe this is Claude behind this. Um, so eventually, I mean, this is quite a limited tool at the moment as well. It's not fully finished by any means. You can type into there to replicate a website or build me a website. Some people are saying it's very good. I've not had that much success with it yet. But it's all going. I mean, this has only been out a couple of weeks, so you got to give them some time. But it just shows you where it's going on that front. And then we've got, if I show you my account, I was going to show you my account. When I go back to mine, we got the AI agent within the workflow now as well. Go to my auction, one of my workflows, I'll show you that. So I showed you the if else before, where sometimes you can have a huge campaign with if else it's basically filtering and funneling people down, and it can become quite an unwieldy process. But what we've got now, we go to one of these here. We've now got the AI agent where you can basically prompt it and it can make those complicated decisions for you. We had one set up for Facebook advertising, didn't we, Alex? Where it's doing sums for us and things like this. Let me go to.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Yeah, we found it didn't work. So that's again, it's brand new features. So we're just learning it. Click on here in my account. You should see AI. Where is it? AI agent. There you go. So build your own. It says she's using ChatGPT there, Steve. Yeah.
Yeah.
In that instance. But you build a prompt to say if it comes in and someone's got this tag, but not that tag, and they've got this custom field, then the AI can sort it out and put them down the right track for you, things like that. So again, a brand new tool. It's only just come out, and not had much code to use it yet myself, but just shows you how that they're saying that could cut out a lot of if else and building huge workflows to do something the AI can just sort out for you. Right, anything else you think I missed there, Atticus? I've been talking an hour now.
No, just look through the work, the resource sheet, and there's nothing we've missed.
Yeah, and a new idea we're starting with the workshops today, guys, is creating a shared Google Doc. Yeah, so every time we run the workshop, we'll build a resource sheet. So the resource will build up on there over time. So we're just starting that now, and it'll have the latest sort of 13 weeks updates on there as well. Um,
And they'll be posted
so
on the WhatsApp community after every
oh,
workshop.
we're doing that as well, yeah. So that's just taken us to the hour, guys. Uh, any more questions before we call it a day?
Yeah, I've just got one. Atticus, you just mentioned a WhatsApp community. I
Yes.
don't think I'm in that.
You'll get an email shortly. It'll have a link where you can join. If you
Okay,
don't get
brilliant.
it,
Thank you.
just email me. I'll send you the link.
I will do. All right, cheers, mate. Thank
Uh,
you.
Is anyone else using WhatsApp communities? Not WhatsApp groups now, WhatsApp communities. Yeah, so we learned about this from the Entrepreneur Circle. They're doing it for their sort of webinars they're doing. So people sign up for a community, and it's not like a WhatsApp group where everyone chips in and back and forth, and you get it's more of a one direction. Yeah. So this morning, Atticus was sending out a reminder to the community that we've got this workshop today. So, but no one can answer back, and we don't get this. Oh, sorry, I can't make it, and hi guys, and all those sort of messages. It's just a one-way channel for us to communicate. So it's quite a useful tool.
Is it free or do you have to pay?
That's free into Atticus, yeah.
What's it's free? It's just a link, and you click the link on the email. It'll send you through to your WhatsApp on your phone
Yeah,
or
brilliant.
on your desktop, and it'll ask you to join.
Yeah.
But when we were setting up Atticus, could what we had a restriction, didn't we? Does it have to? Do you have to set it up on your phone? You can't do it on you can't do it through the
So
business.
yeah, when we were trying to set no, what our problem was, we wanted the WhatsApp coexistence, but because we've not got the credibility of Meta, we couldn't have the coexistence. That was our struggle.
Oh,
Um,
right, okay, right.
but yeah, no problems. To join, it's dead easy. Just click the link and it'll send you through to join.
Have you been getting the messages, Jeremy, on the WhatsApp community?
Yeah,
You're signed up, aren't you? What do you think of it? Getting those messages?
yeah. To be honest, I don't look.
Okay.
I get it ping up, but yeah.
Jeremy loves his email 10 minutes before.
I'm an email fan, but I do see it. Um, the only problem with WhatsApp is like I'm in a group of some with oldies who help the local doctor's surgery, so I kind of switch off WhatsApp because
Oh, okay.
otherwise it's ping 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 all the time.
Yeah, that's another thing. Everyone's in a group for everything on WhatsApp, aren't
Yeah,
they? Same as me. I've got about 100 groups for different things.
yeah, but there's got to be a way that it can be developed better for businesses, definitely.
Okay then, guys. So we'll catch you on the next workshop then. So next week we're doing about the database management in high level. So we'll look forward to seeing you there. You get the email invites as I've been showing you just before, and have a good week. And Rob, if you've got any questions on the agency side of things, give us a shout. So that completes today's recording of the automation and workflows workshop. And in a second, you'll see a QR code and also a link as well where you can book a discovery call with us if you've got any further questions. And also, you'll be able to book on to the next live workshop. See you there.